The Sandpiper by Celia Laighton Thaxter, 1835 to 1894. Across the lonely beach we flit, one little sandpiper and I, and fast I gather, but by bit, the scattered driftwood bleached and dry. The wild waves reach their hands for it, the wild wind raves, the tide runs high, and up and down the beach we flit, one little sandpiper and I. Above our heads the sullen clouds scud black and swift across the sky, like silent ghosts in misty shrouds, stand out the white lighthouses high. Almost as far as eye can reach, I see the close-reefed vessels fly, and fast we flit along the beach, one little sandpiper and I. I watch him as he skims along, uttering his sweet and mournful cry. He starts not at my fitful song, nor flash of fluttering drapery. He has no thought of any wrong. He scans me with a fearless eye. Staunch friends are we, well tried and strong, the little sandpiper and I. Comrade, where wilt thou be tonight, when the loosed storm breaks furiously? My driftwood fire will burn so bright, to what warm shelter canst thou fly? I do not fear for thee, though wroth the tempest rushes through the sky, for are we not God's children both, thou, little sandpiper, and I? Okay, this is a poem by Celia Thaxter, Celia Laighton Thaxter. She was born Celia Laighton, and Thaxter was her husband's name. She was actually born in Portsmouth, Massachusetts, but she lived most of her childhood on the Isles of Shoals, which are a set of islands about 10 kilometres off the main coast, going into the Atlantic Ocean. And I think she loved the Isles of Shoals. This was a beautiful place. When she was 16, she got married and went to live on the mainland. But later she returned to the Shoals Islands, and that's where she spent the rest of her life. Now, this is a poem about collecting driftwood on the beach, and a sandpiper is a little bird, and she's walking up and down the beach picking up driftwood to burn, and she does this regularly to so that she has wood for her fire. And the sandpiper, there is always this sandpiper that accompanies her, and this sandpiper is like her friend. It's her company, and this poem is about collecting driftwood, and the sandpiper accompanying her, and she personifies the sandpiper, and she wonders if it will be all right during the storm, and she's very fond of this sandpiper that accompanies her on the beach. Across the lonely beach we flit, one little sandpiper and I. So to flit is to go from place to place, to jump from place to place. And there's one little sandpiper and I, and we jump from place to place. We're going up and down the beach looking for the driftwood. And fast I gather, but by bit, the scattered driftwood, bleached and dry. And I'm on the beach because I'm picking up driftwood. This is wood that has been brought by the waves and the sea and left on the beach. And she's collecting this driftwood, which is it's bleached from being in the sea, and it's now dry. Because all of the water is sucked out of it because of the salt. The wild waves reach their hands for it. The wild wind raves, the tide runs high. As up and down the beach we flit, one little sandpiper and I. So look at this, the wild winds. Yes, this is alliteration. The wild waves, the wild winds, the wild waves reach, the wild wind raves. This is a lovely, two lovely little sets of sounds. Whoa, whoa! The wild wind, the wild waves reach, the wild wind raves. So the waves are trying to reach and take away the driftwood. And the wind is blowing hard, and the tide is coming up high. As up and down the beach we flit, we go up and down the beach, this little sandpiper and I, and I'm picking up the driftwood. Above our head the sullen clouds scud black and swift across the sky. So there are clouds racing across the sky. They're scudding, they're going very quickly, and the sky is black. There's clearly a storm coming. Like so silent ghosts in misty shrouds stand out the white lighthouses high. And in the distance she can see the white lighthouses. And these look like ghosts in their shroud, in the cloth. In their white cloth. A shroud is the cloth that you put over a dead person. And the lighthouses, they look like silent ghosts in a shroud of mist. And that's a very nice simile. Almost as far as the eye can reach, I see the close-reefed vessels fly. And she can see out in the sea that the ships, they're close-reefed, that their sails are very tight. They're not wide and open. They have very little leeway, because it's very windy and there's this storm coming, and the boats are flying past. As fast we flit along the beach, one little sandpiper and I. And she's going up and down the beach again with this sandpiper. But this is a lovely description. It's creating this mood. The clouds are rushing past. The lighthouses look like ghosts. The ships are flying past. And there is she on this beach with this little sandpiper. I watch him as he skims along, uttering his sweet and mournful cry. So this sandpiper is skimming or flying from place to place, and he's making a sad cry. And this here, there's this sad feeling to it. It's beautiful, but it's also a sad place. He starts not at my fitful song. So he's not afraid when I sing for a little bit. I sing and then I stop and I sing some more. Nor flash of fluttering drapery. And I'm wondering, this fluttering drapery, is this her clothes that are being blown by the wind? Or perhaps it's the feathers of the sandpiper being blown by the wind. But the sandpiper is not frightened. He's not frightened of me. Yeah, he has no thought of any wrong. He doesn't mistrust me. He scans me with a fearless eye. So the sandpiper is not afraid of me. He's just watching me with a fearless eye. Staunch, good friends are we, well tried and strong, the little sandpiper and I. So the Sandpiper and I, we're very good friends. We've known each other for a very long time. We have a very strong and time-tested and tried and tested relationship. And then she starts wondering about the Sandpiper. Comrade, where wilt thou be tonight when the loose storm breaks furiously? And she wonders where the Sandpiper's going to be when the storm starts, when this storm breaks, and when the rain starts and the storm is at its worst, and she's wondering what will happen to him. My driftwood fire will burn so bright. Yeah, all of this driftwood that I'm collecting, it'll burn brightly and it will keep me warm. To what warm shelter canst thou fly? So where can you fly? How can you survive in these incredible conditions? I do not fear for thee. I'm not affrighted for you. Though wroth, though angry, the tempest rushes through the sky. So there's this angry storm coming. There's this huge storm rushing through the sky. But she's not afraid for the Sandpiper. The Sandpiper knows what it's doing. For are we not God's children both, thou little Sandpiper and I? So but God will look after us both. We're both children of God. We're both creatures of God. And God will look after me and God will look after you, little Sandpiper. So it's a very nice description of the beach and the coming storm and being accompanied by this Sandpiper. And this Sandpiper is clearly her friend. This is represents friendship and solidarity. So The Sandpiper by Celia Laighton Thaxter.